months now since Samoa did the time warp and shifted the international dateline.
And for the majority, it's been a welcome change. But the moving of the datelines divided the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Samoa. As Tangaloa Tele o Soni Ekwesene reports, it's an issue that remains unresolved.
At the tail end of 2011, Samoa took a step into the future by shifting the dateline and losing a day to realign themselves with major trading partners New Zealand and Australia, a move promoted as better for business.
We have gained for every week one more working day. So now, at least every week, we have 5 working days, then 4 that we had to endure since 1892.
For businesses like Pacific Easy Money Transfer and fashion label Mena that operate in both Samoa and New Zealand, Tualepa's brainchild has been a blessing. 8 months on from the shifting of the international dateline, Mena businesswoman Jackie Loheni believes it's working out well.
It's been a positive move for Mena because we have our retail office in Auckland as well as here, and I'm not having to check my emails on a Sunday. We do have a lot of suppliers, us in Auckland and in Australia. Just having to send the emails before Thursday so I can get the answers before the weekend. But also the shipping as well, just making sure I got my papers in before the ships left for our pier. And also the travelling, because I travel back and forth to Auckland, and just with the day change, it makes it a lot easier that we are on the same day.
But it's not all plain sailing. The international dateline shift has divided one church.
Today is Saturday. Normally, this church would be humming, but because of the date change, the Seventh-day Adventist Church has moved everything to Sunday.
After years of being known as the church that worships on Saturday, Seventh-day Adventists in Samoa are now worshipping on Sunday.
We believe that for 120 years, we have been worshipping on this day, the 7th day of the week. We are not worshipping according to the names of the days, but we're worshipping because and according to the sequence of the days of the week. So now in Samoa, the 7th day falls on the Sunday.
But not all members of the church agree with the mission's assessment that they should worship on Sunday to keep the sequence of 7 days intact.
There was part of me that just couldn't go against it. And I had a lot of friends that went the other way. Good friends, and that's probably one of the hardest parts, but for me, I could never worship other than how he wanted us to worship on a day when they holy.
O se lau lua se furu tausanga, o kako kausia sa paki e sko ngai o le ku. E le mawhai a koe li liwe le kua se aso. Le mawhai.
As a paramount chief in the village of Lauli'i, Toailoa's standing in the village is being slighted. His choice to worship on Saturday means he now travels out of his village to attend church.
Malaman kai au sapat. Ai vai men makongo. O alu ko ai loe sue se fale sai lo ko. Mo mai. O le me ele fengo fie, ele tau ngo fie ta. Lo ualu e kau sue se fale sa ke lo ko. A o le si makai longa o la wi.
No longer able to meet in the SDA churches they're familiar with, makeshift shelter, even in the rain, is a price they're happy to pay for the stand they've made.
You know, we might be doing it tough in the rain, but we're enjoying God, and we've got no debt to pull us down as well.
Meanwhile, on Sunday morning, the Seventh-day Adventist mission springs to life as worshippers arrive for services. Across Apia and Mangiangi, Pastor Willie Solofa's preaching to the converted. This congregation clearly behind the mission's decision to worship on Sunday.
We're called Seventh-day Adventists for a reason. 7 days is, we count from the first day to the 7th day. So when we missed that Friday that the government changed, we didn't count that as the 6th day, but we count Saturday as the 6th day, and then 7th, the Sunday, which is the 7th. And that's how we go to church on Sunday now.
They're not confusing. I think that's the reason, because our pastor, he keeps on encouraging and reminding us that we are in the same Sabbath. I think that's the reason that no one is in confused or wants to get out of the Sabbath.
Satan has done his very worst.
The church still preaches the same biblical message, even though they're doing it on what's now called Sunday in Samoa.
Elea ia se suinga o le fe'au iaso umawai, ma le fe'au o lo fita tungai ia lau whaingarenga pa ia le atua ia ma le ekalesia e fola le temine o le fe'au aitas.
8 months after the dateline shift, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Samoa remains split. As friends and family stand on both sides of the divide, more groups have decided not to worship on Sunday.
At the end of the day, they have to make their own choice according to the leading of God. But the church still trying all its endeavors and efforts just to maintain its membership within the church.
I think that God is working in everyone's heart, you know, like if Sunday, if actually worshipping on Sunday is wrong, then he'll be speaking to those people's hearts that are on there.
But both sides agree that this can't go on and a solution will need to be found.
If we are wrong, please, Lord, show us. But if they are wrong, please, Lord, show them. But we want a unity in Samoa, not like this as we are now.
Since filming this story, the South Pacific Division of the Seventh-day Adventist Church have met in Australia this month to revisit the decision to change the day of worship in Samoa from Saturday to Sunday.
Lance Cutt says the outcome of that meeting has been positive, with another meeting being called for later this year for all Seventh-day Adventist Samoan ministers from around the world.
In the meantime, the Lighthouse Group are still worshipping in the great outdoors.
In other time-related news, after 111 years, Tokelau's time is finally being displayed correctly. Now, the Tokelau Apia Liaison Office noted the mistake that everyone was reporting the wrong time.
And when questioned by website timeanddate.com as to their source, their reply, "We're in Tokelau and we know what the time is here."